All right, we're going to kind of mix it up today, doing a little bit of Illustrator first and then adding that to After Effects. One thing we didn't do in Illustrator is do the Make with Top Object, which is a kind of a simpler way to do the envelope distort if you have a specific shape that you want, like a circle. So we're going to create a new, and then go ahead and set this up so that your new file, the width over here, let's make it 600 by 600. So these are in points, all right? So 600 by 600 points. And then hit create. So we have a square, and we're going to start off with writing your name. So anytime you are doing text, if you're going to shape this text in any way, always use capital letters. So in all cap letters, write your name, and then you can make it bigger and change your font to a font size shape that you like. Blocky is good. Don't make it all fancy and frilly. Next, we're going to add a circle. So click on the circle and then just regular click, and this opens up. So let's make this circle. We'll go 550 for both the height and the width. Oops. All right, and so it's in points again, and I hit OK. There's my circle, and then I'm going to make another circle. So I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to change this one. It's going to be 575. I'm going to hit OK. All right, so that second circle you made, the larger circle, go ahead and move that kind of off to the side. This is the circle I want to use, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this circle, and we're going to put it here. I'm going to highlight both of these guys, go to Object, Envelope Distort, and this time we're going to make with Top Object. Alright, and what that does, it automatically puts it into a circle, ready to go. Now this is black. Black's not a good color to be using because it's hard to see on a black background. So go ahead and choose this and change the color of this. Whatever color you want to use. I'm going to try red. That's fine. Alright. And next, I'm going to take this circle here. That was a big circle. It's currently a black circle with no fill, and I want to flip that. So right here, flip it, boop. And I'm going to increase the stroke. So it looks like this. And you can see how then 8-point stroke. Actually, you can even go to 10. It makes a good, nice border for this. All right. If you highlight both of them up here, you have you can align them both to fit into there. And you're probably going to want to change the stroke color as well of this circle. So go ahead and give it a different color, whatever color you like. I'm going to do blue. Actually, I'm going to do white. I know you can't see white on this page, but it'll be fine. I think I moved things around there. And actually, if you want to, if you hit this right here, you can align to the artboard. And that way they both go to the very center of your artboard. All right. Now, the last thing you need to do is with this is before you save this and put it in After Effects, if you want to be able to use it and manipulate it, you go to Object and go to Expand and then hit OK. And you can see how that makes like an outline of everything so it is ready to be used. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to put it in my After Effects folder. All right, so I'm going to call this Sign Circle. Not to be confused with that last sign circle I did. Hit OK, and I'm done. All right, so I don't need Illustrator anymore. I'm going to come over to After Effects and get it started. So with After Effects, what we're going to be doing is we are going to change our Illustrator file into vector graphics, and then we're going to make it 3D and rotate. All right, so it's kind of like going to be a big 3D sign rotating. Because the circle doesn't have a solid background, you're going to be able to see every single letter as it goes. So I'm going to go to New Project, New Composition from Footage. I'm going to go find my file here. Oops, cancel. Let me do that again slower. I'm going to find my file here. Down here, I'm going to import as footage. I'm going to create a composition and make sure this is not checked. You don't want to check that. And then hit import. When this comes up, say OK. Alright, so here it is. This is my thing that I created. It is my name, and you can see that the white border, now you can see it pretty good. Alright, now if I try to add 3D to this, and I go here and remember 3D. So I click on my 3D square. I come up here, composition settings, and I go to 3D renderer and change it to a 4D cinema. So usually it's on classic 3D, change it to 4D cinema and hit OK. Now when I open this and go to my geometry options, you do not see those 3D things because you can't make this shape 3D. So what we need to do is right click, go to create shapes from vector layer. And you can see it makes little shapes right there, and I have a new thing called outlines. So you can see automatically it is 3D right there, and then when I go to transform, now, not transform, when I go to geometry options, there it is, now I have extrusion depth. So if you want to, I highly recommend over here changing your camera to custom view 1. So you can kind of see what it looks like from the side, and then extrude this to a depth that you like. Alright, so I'm going to go with about 1/16. You can choose whatever you want to. Alright, once you have that extruded, this is what it looks like. Now if you go back to the active camera view, you can see it as it is. The reason it all looks like it's together is because there is no light source. So we're going to go back to custom view 1, and we're going to go to layer, new, and here I'm going to add a light. Alright, so this is a spotlight. It's going to be a spot. The color is going to be white. If you'd like to, like if you did this in all white, you can actually change the color and the colors could adjust how it is. You can add more than one light. You can do whatever you want to, as long as you get the main point good. The intensity is 100. I'm going to leave it at that and everything else the same as well. I'm going to hit OK. And so you can see what we have here. It's like when I go to, that's not what I wanted. When I go back to this, there we go. When I go back to the active camera, you can see that it's only lighting up a small amount of part. And that's because the light's too close. So I'm going to go back to custom view. I'm going to grab the blue arrow and I'm going to drag it back until my entire name is visible. Alright. One thing you can change in this is the intensity. The intensity will be located here in Spotlight Light Options. And as you change the intensity, it'll make your picture brighter. So I think I'm just going to do 200. I think 200 looks pretty good. Cool. So now I'm going to go back to my active camera. So this is what it looks like when I'm looking at it straight on. Okay. Next part. We're going to go here and we are going to make it rotate. So rotating is in the transform menu. Because we're just doing rotations, it's just going to spin. We're going to use the Y rotation. So I'm going to go ahead and my playhead's at 0. I'm going to hit Y. Boop. And that's going to drop my point. I'm going to bring this down to 6 seconds. And I'm going to change the rotation number here to 3. Alright. Now, you can see that mine is 7 seconds long. I'm going to go ahead and move this down because I don't want it to be 7. I want it to be exactly 6. So we want to put that at 6 seconds. And then now you can hit the space bar and watch it rotate. Alright, if you notice that you can see mine's kind of rotating. The way it rotates currently is that it is spinning it around the front. So it's not like there's like a pole in the middle here. So there's like a pole on the front side of this. And so that's why it looks like it's kind of spinning a little weird. So if you would like to change that, you can change where your anchor point is located in the, so you see where the anchor point is right here, the blue. So you would actually adjust the Z direction back half of your extrusion depth. So my extrusion depth was 116. I'm going to change that to just a simple 100. Alright. And now in my transform, I'm going to see if I can change my anchor point here, my Z part of the anchor point, which is here, to, let me see what happens. 100? No, not 100. 50, I'm sorry. 50. Alright, and then now hit space And you can see how now, instead of it kind of like wobbling as it rotates exactly in the middle, like it's on a pole of a gas station, that kind of situation there. Okay. When you're done with this, of course, you're going to go to Composition, add to Media Encoder Queue, and then save it as an MP4 and upload it. Do not forget to save this. Go File, Save, and you need to save this into that After Effects folder that you created. I haven't made a shortcut yet, but go ahead and save it here so you'll have it for reference, because you will be required to do this kind of activity on your final project.